Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Today absolutely just flew by. Like absolutely crazy, 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 crazy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Accountability Summit this last week was absolutely awesome. I was so honored and blessed to have interviewed my accountability partners. What I wanted to do today, what I want to do today is wrap up the accountability side with some maybe a few mindset shifts in that whole thought process to sort of bring it all to an end. Of course, having an accountability group, having some people that are really becoming really good friends that I just can't wait to see when this whole mess is over and just run up and give them some big hugs. So totally excited about that. Excited in the direction. Just in a really, really good place with everything that's going on. It doesn't mean that it's perfect. I mean, I've got a lot of long ways to go. There's just a lot going on. And had a great weekend hanging out with my wife this weekend doing some yard work. So really excited about that. So we're going to talk about accountability, and I'm going to run some stuff by you. I'm going to run some mindset shifts, some questions to ask yourself to help you maybe adjust the way you think about accountability, right? So very cool. And it's sort of been on my heart lately to talk about this because we say we're going to do things and then we don't. And sometimes there's just a lot of distractions. Sometimes there's just a lot of distractions going on around the edges. So what I did, I started actually Sunday, is just going through everything and just cutting stuff off. I mean, just turning it off because I've just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of software that I have that I don't use, a lot of just, I'm just really narrowing it down, bringing it all into a very fine focus so that when I'm talking to people and I'm bringing on teammates, that it can be a very duplicatable process, that I'm not jumping over here, jumping over there. Very simple process of being able to do it. And here's what's funny about that is when I started doing that, when I started making myself accountable to a singular focus, really good stuff starts to happen. It's really amazing, and it's a law. It's one of the laws of attraction out there somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's in Napoleon Hill's Laws of Success book. If you haven't read it, very cool books about this thick. Very neat book, and I think the only place that you can buy it is actually from the Napoleon Hill Foundation. I don't think you can buy it on Amazon, but it's called The Laws of Success. Very neat book. Definitely highly recommend reading that book. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I live out here in St. Louis. I have an awesome wife, very cool dogs, and awesome children. I love helping people succeed online and make an impact on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators. So this Thursday, commercial interruption, this Thursday, 4:15, and I have an awesome interview with one of my friends, one of my marketing friends, and one of my accountability partners. Bobby's going to be joining us. He didn't get a chance to get an interview last week because of technical difficulties, so we're going to bring him on to do some legacy creator and talk about his vision. Dude's very chill. He's very cool. So I think you'll dig that. Sharice, thanks for swinging by. An awesome wife is here. Appreciate the support that I always get from her. Just absolutely cool to have a really cool business partner and friend, and a goofball to hang around with. We goof watch each other. We went out to a family prom night, which was it was so much fun. That was very cool. So jumping into this, talking about accountability, I write stuff down. So if I look over here, I've got it written down. Got a really cool article, and you'll notice in the title it says accountability isn't a way of doing, it's a way of thinking. Ouch. It's not a way of doing, it's a way of thinking. So how do you hold yourself accountable when somebody else can't? I don't believe that it's about holding yourself accountable. I believe it's about being accountable. Accountability is keeping your commitments to people, your responsibility for things, but you're accountable to people. If you're working from home or working as a side gig, you have things you need to get done, right? So what is that all about? That was weird. That was a weird jump. You guys see that? I was like, woo. That was sort of goofy. If you're working from home or working on a side gig, you have things you need to get done. These are your responsibilities. Accountability, keeping commitments to people, is based on a series of relational commitments, not tactical commitments, right? Relational versus tactical commitments. A tactical commitment, it's right here. Tactical commitments are, I'll get the report done by 10 o'clock. I'll have the project done by tomorrow. Relational commitments are, however, I'll stand by you when hell breaks loose. A commitment to a good reputation is very importantly a commitment to your values. So when we're doing these side gigs, these side hustles, are we making a commitment to prospect every day, which would be a tactical commitment, right? It's a tactical commitment. Are we making a relational commitment to pour into our team leaders, to pour into our family members, to pour into our loved ones, to show up regardless of how freaking crappy the day is, no matter how bad the day was, we're going to show up and make that tactical commitment anyway, right? Because we have a mission. We have a mission to knock on that door and save Ingrid. If you don't know who Saving Ingrid is, it's a whole nother story. We have that commitment to do that, right? So how do I show up? How do you show up on a regular basis in a relational commitment? Who are we making that commitment to? The tactical commitment is putting that message in that inbox every day, right? Are you open to take a look at all my product, service, opportunity? Open to look at the product. That's it. That's your job. That's your number one job as a network marketer. If you're not doing that over and 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 over, you're missing the point, right? It's cute that we can go out and build relationships with people, and it's like the people in my accountability group we had a 90-day blitz going on. We actually just changed the name to 9,000-day blitz. So that's a long time commitment. But the relational commitments that we have inside that accountability group is completely different. The tactical part of that is we post our results in there every day. We post our daily results, right? But our relational commitments is when we get in and have the conversations and we prop each other up and we give each other a love and hugs on the back, right? That's the relational part of that group in the accountability group. Hey, Glow, thanks for swinging by. So in these relationships, this is fun. I love talking about this stuff because this is something that when we're thinking about having a crappy day, right? When I say, and I did say that, I said when we're thinking about having a crappy day, right? It's a decisional relation that we've got to, one, have with ourselves and look in the mirror and say, am I going to live in my pile of mess right now? Or am I going to get up and I'm going to wash myself off and I'm going to stop the stinking thinking? Is there somebody out there that's really irritating me that I just need to disconnect from and say, okay, maybe there's something going on with them and why am I letting it bother me, right? I've got a couple of friends on Facebook that love to get in and take jabs at me, and now I see them coming, so I just let them bounce off. I'm like, okay, I'm just block, counter punch, block. Sometimes I'll come back with a counter punch and throw one at them, and then we have a little bit of fun and we laugh about it. But I don't let them get it. I don't let it trigger me, right? It's more of a fun thing because I can see it coming now, and that's just a mindset shift, right? So the relational commitments that are build a bond between people and build accountability, but accountability starts with us as individuals, right? I'd like to challenge you to think about what your values are and ask yourself these questions, right? These are the questions. What are your professional values? What do you expect as a level of expertise and professionalism? Just take that one and sit it down and really go dig into that. I would actually look up the definition of professionalism and see where that's coming from, because it's you say professionalism and you automatically go to the suit and tie, but it's how we act, how we present ourselves, how we communicate with people. I have 6 guns. I carry 6 guns around with me all the time. Sometimes I literally have to take my gun belt off and lay it down so I don't come guns a-blazing on people, because that's unprofessional. So what kind of professionalism can I deal when I'm working with people when they're just getting on my last nerve and I just want to put my gun belt back on and come guns a-blazing? So it's a relational decision that I need to make with myself. How do I hold myself accountable to that relationship and understand that I'm dealing with another human being, especially in a sales process that I just met that I don't really know. I don't know all the garbage that's going on behind them. They might have just got out of a really bad divorce. They might have just, lost a family member. They might have just lost a job. They may be stressed because they're about to lose their business. Just don't know what's going on with them. So I've got to approach that in a professional way to be accountable to the process, the technical part of that, right? So number 2 question, what are your relational values? How do you connect yourself? How do you connect with yourself and the people around you? You are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around with. I'm going to leave that right there. So look at your business, look at your relationships, look at the people you're hanging around with, look at your day, your daily method of operation. And if it stinks, look at what the other people are doing that are hanging around you, right? And how are you going to adjust that? Are you going to love those friends from a distance and get some different friends and mentors? Are you going to get a coach and bring a coach into your business? Are you going to get a mentor in your business? Are you going to connect with somebody that might be in your leadership chain, right, that you can connect with, that's moving and shaking, and maybe go around somebody that's not really going there? So don't be afraid to do that. Remember, your business is your business. It's right. You don't have bosses in network marketing. It's your business. You have a right to build it with integrity and make a commitment to the people that you want to help. So if you're working with somebody that might be out of a line, maybe that relational accountability isn't quite there. It could be you, it could be them, it maybe could be a combination of both. Take a look at that. And this rolls right into number 3. What do you stand for? What is your character? What do you really stand for? What is your mission? What is your why? Where are you coming from? How are you looking at what are your belief system? Are you a flip-flopper, right? Like some of our politicians nowadays. Somebody says something over here, they're this kind of person. Somebody says something over here, they're that kind of person. Somebody says something about, they try to satisfy everybody rather than just drawing a line in the sand and being true to you. Are you true to your beliefs and your commitments? Again, that goes back to you are the sum total of the 5 or 6 people that you hang around with on a regular basis. So what do they believe in, right? What kind of energy are you bringing into your relationship from other people? What are your community values? What do you believe is the way that you connect to the community in which you live, serve, and derive your business? What do you think about that? What do you believe in your community? One of the interviews that I had with one of the accountability partners, actually a couple of them, as a matter of fact, the interview I did on Sunday in our inner circle group with our virtual, we got so many interviews I've done anyway. 2 of the stories are very similar. One, she was talking about bringing a better atmosphere to the poor community and setting an example, which I thought was very, very cool. The other one was focusing on the Latino community and bringing value there and making a huge impact in that community. So they were both coming from the same place. But here's what's funny is they were almost twin interviews. 2 completely different people that I don't even know if they really know each other, with very similar values in a direction that they want to go in, and which is very, very neat. And it's the cool thing about it is I've got a chance to interview both of them and bring in their values and bringing their stories into my life and making an impact on me that I can carry that around and say that's really, really cool. So when you know what your values are, let me scroll down a little bit so I can read this easier. When you know what your values are and then you are living your values, what you'll discover is that you're getting the stuff done that you want to get done. So let's go back to the tactical commitments of prospecting, right? What are your values? What do you really stand for? Why are you really doing this freaking business, right? I talked about on the interview last night, they got me on the final question. They said, what is my final vision? Well, my final vision, one, is I want to make a stupid, ridiculous, crazy, just freaking 10-digit, 11-digit freaking income, right? The only way I'm going to be able to do that is make a huge impact on a lot of people, right? And then have those people go out and make a huge impact on a whole bunch of other lot of people's. If I'm going to show up, I need to have integrity. I need to have values. I need to grow. I need to mature. I need to look at people differently. I need to love people as they are. I don't know why I'm glitching like this. I don't know what that's all about, sort of the max headroom thing. That was so weird. It's like my camera